Hi, Mommy.
Welcome back to the message. And if you are new to the message or new to this channel, my name is Angelique Lisa, and this podcast is all about loving God, loving people, loving the truth. And this video, we're going to be talking about 2024. What is our goals for 2024? What do we want to do for 2024? And how should we as Christian girls or Christian people start our new year, start 2024 here in January? So really, I've kind of took a month off from everything. I've kind of just wanted to redirect my budget, redirect my personal finances, redirect my brand, redirect my social media content. If you know me from TikTok, you'll notice that I have not posted anything in a while. That was on purpose. It's not like I've forgotten about TikTok. Trust me, TikTok, I am coming back. But I wanted to give all of my platforms their each individual time with me so that I just feel like I'm not being too repetitious or that I'm just posting just to post. I want to post with intent and I want to post with purpose, not just because I want to gain followers or just, get likes or anything like that. But I want to be very and I only want to post when the Lord is leading me to post, and whatever he's giving me, whatever content he's giving me to post, I want to make sure that it's aligned with whatever he wants me to do. So right now I really want to redirect my brand on what audience I want to attract or what audience God is leading me to. And lately he's been leading me to my girlies who deal with PCOS, who deal with endometriosis, who deal with ovarian and reproductive inconsistencies. And I've been dealing with, just a short story, I've been dealing with PCOS for about 12 years. I've been praying for God to take it away, praying for healing, and praying that me and my husband can conceive and have another child. And I don't want to say God is taking his sweet time and answering all of my prayers, but I think he's really letting me go through this battle of PCOS, going through the sorrows of PCOS, the pain of PCOS. He's allowing that to happen so that I could dig deep into where this comes from, the history of PCOS, what are some natural remedies of PCOS, how we can pray through the pain, how we can pray through the heartbreak, how we can pray through the sorrow of PCOS and still have faith to continue to move forward. And regardless of the fact whether if he ever heals me or not, just to know that I still serve you. I still love the God that I serve. That my current situation or anything that I'm going through internally or externally does not affect my love and my devotion and my worship to the God that I serve. So I really want to redirect everything that I'm doing, not to just focus on PCOS, but that's one of the main contents of my platform will be PCOS. And we will still talk about the end times. We will still talk about everything that the Bible is teaching and going into depth about the Bible. But really, we should focus on our health. We should focus on our health. And I feel like this is a great purpose for me to, at first I did not like it. I didn't ask for it, but I'm learning that this is great for me to fall into, because with my 12-year history of dealing with PCOS, doctors, all they'll tell you is, oh, you need to eat less, move more, lose weight, then you'll conceive. That's we've been doing that. Like that's nothing new. We've been doing that. So I want to make sure that us ladies who deals with that, it may make us feel like that we're less than a woman, because if you're wanting to get pregnant, you month after month you try with your spouse and you just feel like you feel defeated, because you're supposed to, this is what God designed our bodies to do, is get pregnant, hold a baby, have the baby. So it's one of the main reasons of being a wombed man, you know. And if you don't do that, you kind of you feel discouraged, and we should never feel that way. One of my favorite scriptures is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you to be strong, be courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Don't be afraid, don't be dismayed. So, you know, sometimes the enemy could use that to try to control us and to either stop trying altogether when God told us to be fruitful and multiply. And of course, he wants us to continue the legacy of Christians as Christian from Christian parents to Christian children, you know, to keep that going, to keep that history going. So the devil try to use that and try to make you feel like, you know, you can't do it, or God is never going to hear your prayers, which is furthest from the truth. Sometimes God uses this pain, uses this sickness to bring more people together and unify the body of Christ. Because I'm pretty sure it's not just me. There are people who, or ladies who deal with PCOS, deal with endometriosis, who are Christians. And so he's trying to unify us in the body of Christ and move forward and still have faith in him. And then whether if he ever heals us or not, whether if we ever get that child or not, we will still hear very, you know, well done, my good and faithful servant, because we remained to the end. That's one of the key things that I will be talking about starting 2024. But this video really I wanted to talk about was how we should begin our 2024, and what are some things that I'm doing, because I don't just want to say anything here or tell y'all what to do and I'm not doing it, but this is what's helping me starting the new year, or what I feel like it's helping me starting the new year, and I just wanted to share that. The first thing to start 2024 with is to get a good planner. Okay, I am a sucker for a good planner. I will go and buy so many planners. I would use them and just use them for different things. I found this one planner, okay, and I fell in love with it. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, because I was like, man, I'm gonna feel claustrophobic in this planner, because putting all of my ideas and putting all of the subjects in my brain, like my brain is like, when you was in school, or when I was in school really, or if you're still in school, and you know, you had subject binders. You had math, language, science, reading. I had Bible. So every binder had its subject. Every subject had its binder. I was not one of those type of females. I was not one of those type of girls who had one big binder for everything. No, I would lose it. And my brain would not function. But so I found this particular planner, and it's called the Day Designer, and it's for the whole year of January through December, and it's supposed to be, so of course you have your monthly calendar. So this is where you write everything out. Like, this is where I put my paydays. This is where I work my shifts for my full-time and my part-time job. Yes, your girl has 2 jobs now. That's also where I've been trying to stack my money. It's 2024. We're gonna be better with our finances, okay? Not gonna play around. gonna be better. And this is where I write all of my bills, and this is where I'm going to continue to write all of my my content, where I'm going to be posting, on what platform, what post it's going to be, and how long. Of course, I really don't try to go that long, but I can talk, okay? And also when my gym sessions are for each week. Then this is my favorite part. This is probably why I bought this planner for every day of the year. Usually some planners would do every week, but no, this one does every day of the year. You have, and this is not sponsored, by the way. Okay, Day Designer. Okay, this is not sponsored. So you know this is real. You know I'm all for it. I haven't written anything down yet because the day hasn't come, but January 1st, okay? So you have your time schedule here where it goes from 6 a.m. all the way down to 8 p.m. Like, y'all, your girl goes to bed at 11. So deal with it as you must. But, and then you have your today top 3 priorities. You have a to-do list. You can write notes. At the bottom, you can write what you was grateful for, which is something that I love because I'm trying to find things in day-to-day life that I am grateful for each and every day, instead of complaining and murmuring about any little thing. Okay, and then you also have down here what you're gonna do for that night. So, and like I said, this is for every day. It's for every day. See how thick this is? It's thick, okay? And then right at the beginning, you do have a folder. Sorry, you do have a little folder where I like to keep my billfold money. When every time I get paid or my husband gets paid, we take at least 20% of our checks, and or the 20% of the monthly income, whichever one is greater, and we pull that out from the bank, put it in our little cash envelope right here. So I just won't be walking around with like a wad of cash, and put it in our billfold for our savings. Because if I keep the money in the account, this is something I'm real bad at. If I keep the money in the account, I automatically feel like, oh, I have spending money. Sis, no, you don't. You do not have spending money. That is something you're supposed to keep in the account. My brain will not let me do that. I will immediately go to Amazon or go to Target and go find a way to spend that money. Stop. We're not doing that this year. So, and then this is also, so you have a folder on each side. And this is where I keep my little stickers for the planner. And then this is also our days where we're going to take off for work for PTO to have family time, couples night, or whatever. That is something we need to prioritize. 2024, having date nights, couples nights. We started it back in 2023 and we really enjoyed it. Every month we took like a Friday where Aliana, our daughter, would stay with my mom, and we would just go for a date night. But now we're gonna up it up a notch. So every 2 months, we're gonna take a weekend, and just me and him, we're gonna take a weekend and we're gonna go get massages, luxury massages, you know, the jacuzzi with the rose petals. Look, Christians, if you are married, prioritize your marriage. Prioritize your marriage. Do not think just because we're Christians or we believe in Jesus that, you know, Jesus is the center of our relationship. Jesus is the center of our soul. Jesus is at the center of everything that we do. Yes, but God cares about marriage. He loves marriage. He loves the unity between a man and a woman. He said man is not supposed to be alone. That's why he created us, woman. So we have to prioritize being in love. So prioritize your marriage. Okay, so a planner, that's number one. Invest in a good planner. And that was called the Day Designer Planner. You could find it at Target for I think it was like $25. Really good. It was worth every penny. Okay. Another thing I would invest in is don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me. Invest in a good notebook. If you know me, you know me. Cinnamon roll. Invest yourself in a notebook. So these have, again, diviners. And you can write down anything as far as like your goals, what you want to do. Write the accomplishments that you've done. You can write your prayer requests, you know, when you go in your closet, in your secret space, or just journal, just things that is going on. Don't bottle up your feelings. We're not doing that in 2024. If you want to cry, cry. Just cry to the right one. Cry unto the Lord. He will catch your tears. Okay? So a journal is number 2. Please keep that. Number 3, budget binding. Okay? If you are bad with keeping money in your account like I am, and you're bad at saving like I am just a little bit, and it don't have to be the same subjects as mine, but buy one of these. I think Amazon has one for, I think I got mine for $9, and they come with the budget sheets where you can write down the deposit or the withdrawal that you are and your balance that you're taking in or out of the budget. And they have these Ziploc pouches. My mom calls them Ziploc bags, okay? But these pouches where you can keep the money in. Honestly, let me be honest with you very, very quickly. Me and Brian went head on this month in December. We already saved up $1,100. Okay? Because your girl would have been spent that. We would have already spent that. So number 3, budget binding. Let's save money, okay? Along with saving up your money, once you have saved up enough, or you can start small. Let's say with $100. Open up a high yield savings account, okay? Let's open up a high yield savings account. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and wait till June of 2024, and some of them, the high yield savings account, you have to look, because if you put your money in a regular savings account, most of the times in banks like PNC, Wells Fargo, Regions, I can't think of another bank after that. If you open up a savings account with them, they will only give you 0.01%, which is nothing. It's nothing. If you even gain $1 off of what you've put in, for it to sit there and hold there. But if you get a high yield savings account, let's see, the high yield savings account, I'm gonna go ahead and look it up here. I've looked up a few that I really liked, but I have to do more research before I just go and open up an account and let my money sit somewhere, if you know what I mean. Your girl is all good for research. So let's say, for instance, Capital One. Capital One, if you open up with them, is 4.3% APY. Let's say you put in $500 in your APY, it is 4.3, we said. And your monthly contribution would be, let's say you put in $10. Oh no, we can do higher than that. We can do higher than that. We can do 20. If we can afford Starbucks every day, $7 coffees, we can save up $20 monthly. We could pay ourselves. We can. So the initial deposit was $500. You're putting in 20. Your investment period is 10 years. Let's just say you're not touching it for 10 years. APY is 4.3. Your total savings will be $3,753. Just for sitting there. That's just sitting there, and you're adding into it, and you're just letting it grow like a little baby bean, right? So don't let your money sit in a bank savings account. Put it in high yield savings. Let's be grown up. Let's be a big girl about our investments this year. So can't remember what number we're on. I think we're on 4, how we're supposed to start this new year. let's go to the gym. Okay, I know everybody's gonna be swarming the gym on January 1st, but let's really start going to the gym, or let's go on a walk even. Let's start going on hikes. Let's be a little bit more adventurous about our workouts. Let it be fun for you. If Pilates is your thing, do Pilates. If stretching is just your thing, you want to be more flexible, if that's your goal, let's do more stretches and be more flexible. If you want to do weightlifting and you want to become a bodybuilder, and your doctor said it's safe for you internally and externally for you to actually start doing the heavy weights, let's do it. Don't put off your physical goals because of your start date or your start condition. I don't care if you are 200 pounds overweight. I don't care if you're 600 plus overweight. I don't care if you're skinny mini and you're 100 pounds less than what you want to be and you're trying to gain weight. You can still go to the gym and try to gain weight. Eat much more protein, intake much more protein, and lay off on the cardio, or don't do the cardio at all, and let's build some muscle. Let's get a little bit thicker in 2024, okay? If that's your goal. Let's take care of ourselves inside and out. The last thing I want to talk about, and I told you this video was going to be very, very quick. The last thing I want to talk about, how we should start our 2024 is, and this is the most important thing, just because I put it last, that doesn't mean it wasn't important. Okay? You always save the best for last. It's prayer and fasting. Okay? Now, fasting is not one of the most favorite things Christians like to talk about, but it is so important and so crucial in the Christian faith and the Christian lifestyle. Fasting pushes all of our distractions, whether it be food or any other of these things I'm going to list and talk about, that helps you hear from the Lord, get clarity from the Lord, and you just spend more time with him, because the things that were distracting your time, you won't have those anymore. You have pushed those aside. You act like they don't even exist. And you're now taking that time you would have spent on that particular thing or things, and you're focusing on the Lord. You're spending time with him. You're reading his word. You're praying to him. You're writing letters to him. You're asking for things, or you're being thankful for things that he's already done in your life. And you're walking on faith with this particular thing, whether if you want to start a business, or if you want to start a ministry, or if you're praying for a good, God-fearing, loving spouse, or you're praying for your children for the rest of the school year and the next coming school year, or, you're everything. You're just praying for the world and how everything is going. We know 2024, it's leap year, it's election year in the United States, so everything's going to be a little bit bat crap crazy this year. But we're going to have faith in God, and we're going to pray, and we're going to fast as a unified body of Christ, and we're going to give God our all. So of course, the main focus of fasting is to sacrifice something that is necessary, that is a necessity for you, or something that takes up most of your time away from the Lord. Okay, so here is a couple of things that I have listed, and this list is also on my Pinterest. It's the same thing as my TikTok and my Instagram, Angelique Lisa 316. I try to make it easy for people to find me and to follow me, and for myself to remember my passwords when I sign back in. So the number one thing that you can fast from, and this I think everybody knows or everybody tries to do, but sometimes it doesn't fit with your health, is food. There's several of different fasts for foods. You can fast from eating all foods and all liquids. Please talk to your doctor before doing that, okay? You can fast from meat, like you only eat fruits and vegetables. That's kind of called a Daniel fast, where Daniel and Rashad, Meshach, and Abednego, when they was captured and went into Babylon, and they told King Nebuchadnezzar that give us a certain amount of days and we will only eat this, and we will come back and test for you up against your other advisors. And they ended up coming back after that fast. They were the strongest, they were the wisest, and they were the best looking out of everybody else. So the Daniel fast is like you fast off of meat, breads that include sweets. Don't try to play now. And alcohol, or back then they drank wine. So you can fast like that. So you only eat fruits and vegetables and you only drink water. Okay, we can do that. Or you can fast from, and I've done this fast plenty of times and it worked just as efficiently, was you eat breakfast and lunch the same, but you fast the dinner. So you don't eat anything for dinner. But please talk to your doctor before doing that. Yeah, you don't eat anything for dinner. And you take that time that you would have eaten dinner and you spend time with the Lord and spend time with his word. Let his word be the fuel and the food for you. Number 2, you can fast off of social media. Okay, that's self-explanatory. Shouldn't really have to go too much deep into it. And that's all social media platforms. You don't get to cherry pick just one. Do all of them. Get off of social media completely. Or you can fast from electronics. So this would be your TV. So you can't watch any movies for 21 days. Can't watch none of your favorite shows for 21 days. No video games. Turn off that PS5. Turn off your Switch. Your laptop, iPads, or don't use your phone unless it's a dire emergency and you have to get in contact with your family or friends. And vanity. Vanity is one of the things that I am doing and I'm fasting from, even though I don't wear a lot of makeup. And I don't get my nails as often. I don't get my nails done as often anymore. I'm fasting from, other than just like my massage and like, if you work on your feet all day, go ahead and go get that pedicure, but just get regular polish. Don't get no extra diamonds, or don't get a pedicure just because you want your toes to look good. No, if you need that foot or that heel or the ball of your feet rubbed in and cracked because you have callus on your toes or callus on your feet, please go get that done. Let's take care of our bodies while we're at work, okay? Don't get your hair done. My ladies, no braids, no weaves, no blowouts, no perms, no none of that. Let's put our hair in a ponytail and a bun for the next 21 days. Wrap your hair up. Put your hair in one of those wraps, and let's not think about it for 21 days. Still wash your hair. You nasty. Still wash your hair, but let's not go above and beyond. Let's put vanity aside. If that's really important for you, like you cannot live without getting your lashes done, or you cannot live without getting your eyebrows waxed, whatever you put as a God before God, fast from that. And I've done that before, and after the 21 days of not getting my lashes and eyebrows done and all of my waxes and my hair done and all of that, after the 21 days was finished, I kind of could tell that it wasn't really as important as I thought it was anymore. It's cool to get all that done, and as a female and as a girl, you really want to look your best at all times, and I'm not shaming nobody for that. The only part that I say that could be a bad thing is if you put your vanity or put your appearance or your look before God. That's when you have put it as your number one in your life, and that's not okay. Also, another thing I did not put on this list, but I felt like a lot of us, a lot of women, or a lot of men do as well, is shopping. If you're a shopaholic, if you cannot stay off of Amazon, if you cannot stay out of Target, if you cannot stay out of stores, department stores, boutiques, anything like that to save your life, you probably need to stop. You should seek help. Stop. And then other than fasting from shopping, you could save money. Who doesn't want that, right? And pray. It's an important thing to pray while you're fasting and continue to pray while you're fasting, because you need to pray for that strength and for the endurance for the Holy Spirit to give you, for you to reach the end goal, for you to reach, whether if you do 3 days, 7 days, 24 hours, 21 days, or the whole 31. That is completely up to you and God. You need to pray how long you're going to be doing this. What are you doing this for? What is the ultimate goal? And what are you fasting from? Fasting is supposed to be very top secret between you and God. Do not sit up here and boast. Jesus talked about this a lot, where he was talking about don't fast or don't pray like the Pharisees and the hypocrites do, where they go into the street and they dress in sackcloth and ashes, and they say, oh, I'm fasting for the Lord, and just wail and cry, and they're murmuring and complaining while they're fasting. It's not giving any glory to God at the end of the day. You're not fasting for self-glory. You're not doing that. You're fasting to get God's glory, and it's for him to come inside of you and do a work within you while you're pushing away. You're sacrificing something that means a lot to you, for you to show him that, Lord, I love you so much that I'm willing to put X aside. That you are to sustain me. You are my necessity. I cannot live without you. I can live without this, X, Y, and Z. I cannot live without you. So Jesus was saying, don't go out into the street and don't proclaim that you're fasting, but let it be secret, because whatever you do in secret, your Father will reward you in the end. It may not be as quick as the reward that you want or the reward that you personally want, but I promise you, it's going to be a reward that you need. It's just going to be, you're going to hear him better. You're going to have so much clarity in your mind and in your spirit that you're probably going to end up doing it again. I usually do it in January, and my family, my church, because I go to the Church of the Highlands, and we start January the 7th through the 27th, so we do 21 days. And then I do my personal fasting during the summertime, so sometimes around July, August, or something like that. But yeah, that's really it for this video. I did not want to make it that long. This is how we should start off, not just 2024, but every year, every month, every day. Let's start taking care of ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and take care of the things that God has given us and God has blessed us with. Take care of our talents, take care of our time, and let's go into 2024 with the promises that God has for us and the blessings that God has for us, and for the lessons that God has for us. Take the bad along with the good now. And that's really it. So again, if you want to review this, it is on my Pinterest, Angelique Lisa 316, and I have it. It's called Start 2024 with Prayer and Fasting. You can look over the posts that I have there, what you should pray for and what you can fast from. But at the end of the day, it's between you and God, what he wants you to do. But that's just a couple of ideas that I have, and that is it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Love you guys.